In this video, we will be learning about double column cash flow. In the previous video, we have learned about single column cash flow, or simply saying you can also say simple cash flow. Now in this video, we will be discussing about double column cash flow, wherein there is two amount column on each side, that is on the debit side as well as on the credit side. That is, on the debit side there will be two amount column, one for cash and one for bank, and on the credit side also there will be two column for amount, that is cash and bank column will be there. Since we know this double column cash flow is very popular, because in all the businesses nowadays, beside cash, most of the transactions are through check, and most of the time even the government of India is also promoting that our transactions should be as far as possible the cashless, means it should be transferred through cash or directly to the bank account. So that is why double column cash book is more popular, and most of the time the businesses use double column cash book instead of single column cash book or simple cash book. Now let us see what are the various columns, which all the columns will remain the same as we have discussed in the simple column cash flow, and here also only difference is that one more cash, one more bank column will be added on both, that is on the debit side as well as on the credit side. Rest of the thing will remain the same, that is date particular, ledger folio, cash and bank. Again, date particular, ledger folio, cash and bank. These will be the column in that case of double column cash flow. Now one question I have written here, and along with that question we will be discussing how to write this transaction in the books of account, that is in the cash flow. Mr. Raman started the business with rupees 10,000 cash and 20,000 as bank. Now see what will be the journal entry for this. When the business is started, cash and bank, these are the two assets which will be coming into the business. These are the two assets which will be coming into the business. So cash and bank will be debited, because when asset increases, it is to be debited. So these two accounts will be debited, and since Mr. Raman is the owner of the business, he is investing this amount. So this will become part of the capital also, because whatever the amount a businessman or owner invest, or you can say it gives to the business, it is considered as a capital. So all the amount will go in the capital account also. So our entry will be cash account debit 10,000, bank account debit 20,000, and capital will be credited with 30,000. So here cash and bank is being debited. So in the cash book we will be writing on the debit side what is the cash and bank column. In the cash and bank column on the debit side we will be writing this 20,000 and 10,000. So in the cash column we will be writing here 10,000, in the bank column 20,000. Now cash and bank is being debited, and we will be writing here to capital, because this amount is coming in the form of capital. So cash and bank account, since cash and bank is being debited, so cash and bank column will be, it should be on the debit side. We will be writing 10,000 and 20,000 in the cash and bank column, and this amount is coming in the form of capital. So capital account is credited. So when we prepare capital account, it will be credited, but here in the debit side of the cash book we will be writing here to capital account, because these two amounts are coming in the form of capital. So this is the entry. Since date is not given, we will leave the date column blank, but it should be written also. Now let us see the next transaction. Next is spent rupees 5,000 on furniture. Now spent rupees 5,000 on furniture means furniture of 5,000 has been purchased. So entry when furniture is purchased, again furniture is an asset. When assets increases in the business, it should be debited. And since this 5,000, if you are purchasing the furniture, it is obvious that you are paying this 5,000 to the seller. It is obvious that since furniture we are spending 5,000 on the furniture, it means 5,000 has been spent on the furniture, so our cash will be going out of the business. So entry will be furniture account debit 5,000 to cash account 5,000. One more thing is to be kept in mind, that since nothing is mentioned regarding the furniture as to whether the payment is cash or through check, so we will assuming it that this is a cash purchase. Since nothing is mentioned regarding cash purchase or credit purchase, or you can say whether the amount has been paid through check, so we will be assuming that this amount has been paid through cash. So entry will be furniture account debit to cash account. Here furniture is being debited and cash is being credited. So since cash is being credited, so on the credit side of cash book we will be writing this amount. Cash is being credited, furniture is debited and cash is credited. Since cash is credited, so this amount cash account is credited, so we will be writing this amount in the cash column on the credit side. This is the credit side. In the cash column, we will be writing here 5,000. And why this 5,000 is going out of the business? On account of furniture. On account of furniture, this is since we have purchased the furniture. So we will be writing here buy furniture. Now, in the previous video, I told you that on the debit side, whatever account we are writing, we should be writing it with 2. And on the credit side, whatever amount we are writing, whatever account we are writing, it should be written with a prefix buy. So buy is being added before writing the furniture. Since date is blank, so we will be leaving the date column as blank. Now let us see the next transaction. Purchase goods for ₹4,000 and paid through check. You are purchasing goods. When goods are purchased, the entry is what? Purchases account debit. Purchases account is debited and it is paid through check. Since it is paid through check, so bank account will be credited. Now why? If you are paying through check, so obviously your bank account will decrease because the amount will get deducted from the bank, because the person to whom you give the check, that person will withdraw the check, and cash the check from the bank, and your bank account will be decreasing. So here bank account is an asset, and asset is decreasing, it is to be credited. Entry will be purchase account debit to bank account. Here bank account is being credited. So again, on the credit side of bank account, this is the bank column, and on the credit side, since bank is being credited, it will be written on the credit side, 4,000 will be written on the bank column. And why this is being credited? On account of purchases. Then again we will be writing here by purchases account. By purchases account, and in front of the purchases account we will be writing here the 4,000 amount, because this 4,000 has been paid through check. Now next is sold goods 5,000. Goods have been sold and 5,000 we are getting. Since nothing is mentioned again in this regard that whether the goods are sold for cash or on credit or through check, means whatever amount we are getting, it is in the form of check. So we will be assuming that this is a cash sale. So entry will be cash account debit. Cash account debit to sales account. To sales account. Now sale is the of rupees 5,000. Since we are selling the goods for 5,000, means obviously we will be getting the cash. So cash is an asset. If asset increases, our cash will increase, because if we sell the goods, we will be receiving 5,000 as cash. Now since cash is an asset will increase because we will be getting this cash. So cash account will be debited and sales will be credited. Now here cash account is being debited. So on the debit side, we will be writing in the cash column. On the debit side, in the cash column we will be writing, because cash is debited. So on the debit side, in the cash column, we will be writing here 5,000. Why this 5,000 is being debited cash account? On account of sales. We are receiving these goods, this money in the form of by selling the goods. So we will be writing to sales account. This 5,000 in front of sales account, we will be writing here 5,000. Now let us see the next transaction. Fifth transaction. Spent ₹1,000 on repair. Spent ₹1,000 on repair. 1,000 has been spent on account of repair. Means 1,000 cash will be going out of the business. Again, nothing is mentioned regarding cash or through check. So we will assuming that this is a payment has been made. This payment has been made through cash. So entry will be for the repair, since repair is an expense. Repair account debit to cash. 1,000. Now see, we have spent 1,000 on repair. Repair is an expense, and rule for expenses: debit all expenses and losses. Rule for expenses: debit all expenses and losses. So repair is an expense. With the repair account will be debited, and since on account of repair we will be paying the cash also. If you repair something, you are paying cash also, because you have spent 1,000 means once you get your things repaired, you have to pay something for the services which you have availed. So here cash account is being credited, repair is debited and cash is being credited. So on the credit side, this is credited. So on the credit side in cash column, we will be writing this is cash column and this is credit side. 1,000 we will be writing. Why this is being credited? On account of repair. By repair account. By repair account, in front of repair account we will be writing here 1,000. Now Next one. Received a check of rupees 1000 in advance for goods ordered and deposited in the bank the next day. Received 1000 as check in advance. Advance we are receiving something. Bank, yes. Important thing to be noted in this case. According to CBSE, according to our NCERT book, you can say, actually whenever check is received, and if the check is deposited in the bank in the same day, then bank is debited. Bank is debited. If check is received, listen again carefully, if check is received and deposited in bank same day, means you have received the check on today and today itself you have deposited the check into the bank, then in this case bank account is debited. If you receive the check and deposit the check in the bank on the same day, so in that case bank account is debited. But if you have received the check and you have not deposited the check into the bank the same day, then in that case cash account is debited. In this case cash account is debited. If you are not depositing the bank the check on the same day in the bank, then in this case cash account is debited. Moreover, this is the case when this check will be deposited next day or after some days into the bank, then in this case it will be considered that this cash will be going out of the business and then bank account will be debited. Means when on the next day or after some days, if this check, the check which we have received, also we have received a check, but we will be debiting cash account, and when this check will be deposited, so after that bank account will be debited. When this check will be going into the bank after few days, then at that time the bank account will be debited and we will be considering as cash will be going out of the business. Cash will be going out of the business also, that this is a check actually. So we will, since we have debited cash instead of check, so similarly when this check will be going into the bank, so instead of check we will be crediting the cash account also. Now see how this is done. Very important to note this point. Now let us see the next entry. Received a check of rupees 1000 in advance for goods ordered. Received a check of rupees 1000 in advance. Since we are receiving check here, then cash account will be debited. Cash account will be debited with 1000. And now this is an advance which we have received. So this is an advance. So you will be writing here to advance from customer. The name of the customer also will be written, but GST's name is not given, so we will be writing to advance from customer. See here cash account is being debited. Since cash account is being debited, so on the debit side, the cash column will be writing. In the debit side, we will be writing in the cash column to advance from customer. Advance from customer, or when the name of the customer is given, we will be writing as to advance from the name of the person who is given. Now, when this check will be deposited in the bank the next day, then in that case the entry will be bank account debit. Bank account debit to cash account. When this check will be deposited into the bank the next day, in this case although this is not a cash, this is a check which we have received, but since the check has not been deposited into the bank the same day, so instead of check we will be debiting the cash account. And when this check is going into the bank the next day, so instead of check we will be crediting cash account also, and we will be debiting bank account because on that particular day the bank balance will increase. Now here two accounts are involved. the bank as well as cash. The bank as well as cash. Two accounts are involved. Now see, bank account is being debited. So in the debit side and bank column, bank account is being debited. So debit side, bank column. We will be writing here. This is the bank column and this is the debit side. So we will be writing here in the bank column 1000. To cash we will be writing. This bank balance is increasing on account of cash. Means this is not a cash actually. This is a check. In front of cash account we will be writing here to 1000 we will be writing the bank account. Now here bank account is debited but cash is being credited also. Since cash is being credited, in the credit side also we will be writing in the cash column. In the cash column, credit side. This is the cash column and this is the credit side. Cash column, credit side. We will be writing here. And why this cash column is being credited? On account of bank. Means some amount is going to the bank. So we will be writing here by bank account. Now when a transaction in which the cash and bank account both are involved, when a transaction in which cash and bank account both are involved, in this case whenever we pass the journal entry, in the folio column we will write here as C in front of the journal entry where cash and bank both entry were involved in the same transaction. In one single transaction, if cash and bank column both accounts are appearing, so in this case we will be writing a C. This is for contra entry. Means here the debit as well as credit both accounts will be written in the same books, that is in the cash book itself. Means that entry for this will not be posted anywhere else. Means whenever a journal entry is passed, after passing the journal entry in the journal, we transfer it to the ledger. That is, means every journal entry from ledger is transferred, from journal is transferred to the ledger. But here in this case, since cash and bank both account has been debited as well as credited here itself in the journal itself, so this will not be transferred to any other ledger. That is why it is known as contra entry. Means its contrary or opposite entry are appearing here itself. Now this is all about double column cash book, and only thing left is now that is the balancing of the cash book. Now see how this balancing is being done. First of all, we try to find out the total of the cash book, that is the cash column and the bank column. By looking itself we can say here the bank column, the credit side is known. Here 4000 is there and 2000 plus 1000, 3000 is there. So this side is excess. So here first of all, whichever side total is more, we will be writing here 4000. Now this is the bank column. 4000 here it will be 20,000. Now this is not 20,000. Since this is 20,000. Now this side is more. One thing is to be kept in mind that cash column will always have debit balance and bank column may have debit as well as credit balance. Means the cash column, the debit side will always be more than the credit side. But in case of bank column, the debit side as well as the credit side both can have more balances. Now see, total of this side, it comes to 16,000 cash column. 10,000, 5,000 plus 1,000, 16,000. Now what is the total of credit side? See, 5 plus 1 plus this. It is totally 7,000. Total cash which we have in our balance is 6,000, and out of that, this is the payment side. This is the cash which we are receiving, and this is the credit side, that is the payment side, which cash will be going out of the business on account of purchase of furniture, or on account of, you can say, the repair, on account of deposit into the bank. There is a various reason for which the cash will be going out of the business. So out of the cash which we have, that is 16,000, 7,000 is gone. And how much cash will be left? Out of 16,000, we will be left with 9,000. So balancing figure will here come to 9,000. Now total of this side will become 16,000. This was the 16,000, and how much cash has gone out of the business? That is 7,000. So balance left will be 9,000. This will be called as balance carried down. By balance carried down means this balance will be carried to the next accounting period, or you can say the next month also, depending upon when the accounts are balanced. Now let us see the bank column. 20,000 plus 1,000, 21,000. This is the 21,000 bank balance which we have, and out of this 4,000 we have spent on account of purchases. So balance left will be out of 21,000, if 4,000 is gone, 17,000 will be left. So balancing figure for bank column will be 17,000. Now here again we will be writing here 20,000, 21,000. Now both the columns, here also debit side cash and bank column 16 and 20,000. In the credit side also 16 and 20,000. This is the known as balancing of account also, or balancing of the cash book also. We have balanced the cash book. Now both the total of the debit as well as credit side is equal. This is all about double column cash book.